All right, guys, here we are. We're back with our new replacement tail light panel. We had talked about in the last video about how we didn't have the reveal. I want to show you guys. I just have these bolted on there temporarily. As you can see, we got a nice reveal. Bumper brackets line up wonderful. This is an NPD part. This is not a Dynacorn. This is an improved reproduction part. It's 3 times as much as the Dynacorn part, I will tell you that. It's not cheap. This is my Dynacorn part. This was $174. This panel right here, it was $350 something. I believe, let me look at the invoice here. I have the part number. If you go into the National Parts Depot catalog, this is their current 65 to 73 Mustang. You'll see they have 2 listings for the 69 taillight panel. They have one in there for $242, which is a lot more than I paid for that Dynacorn one. So I don't know what that one is, but this is the one I went with. The upper one, $385.02. Now you can go on eBay and you can buy a Dynacorn taillight panel. At least they're saying it's Dynacorn for $175, $160. It's all over the board on it. I would tell you guys to stay away from the Dynacorn taillight panel for the 69. That thing was just full of fitment issues. We found an issue with the holes being in the wrong place. We found issues with this not being centered, and there was an issue with something else. Oh yes, it has an extra lip. Look at this. This is not supposed to be on there. This piece of extra metal across the top is not supposed to be there. That's just lazy, I guess, how they put it in the stamp. They didn't trim it, whatever. But if you get a taillight panel that has this extra lip in here, you might want to do some measurements before you weld it to your car. Put it on there, check the position of your tail lights, check the center of your hole, put your quarter extensions on, check your reveal, check your side-to-side pieces, your measurement from the quarter extension to the inside of the tail light. You want to make sure this thing is sitting on the car straight. Take a level, and what I did is I put a level on my trunk brace to level the car, and I want to make sure that this is in conjunction with this level-wise. You don't want one catty-wonkus and all that. You want to make sure everything is square and level and true. So anyhow, we just got it dry fitted up here. I will say this is a very nice piece, and it's heavy. It's heavier metal too, I will say. If you pick that one up and this one up, it's probably almost a pound difference between the two. And it says in the book that it's thicker gauge metal too. You can go on NPD's website and they'll give you the stats of this new and improved reproduction part. That's what they say. But trust me, it's a new and improved price that goes along with that part too. But you know what? I'd gladly pay it for something that fits. So whatever they're doing, keep doing it. Hats off to NPD. I think that's going to be my new part supplier. Just wanted to bring you guys here. I'm going to show this to you. This is ready to come back off. We're going to punch our holes. Donovan's going to lay some beautiful welds in there as he always does. There he is. D's back. Make sure you guys, when you put your taillight panel in there and you position it, make sure you put your bumper brackets in to make sure that you have that taillight panel in such a position that these can come through and line up with the holes. Because if you have this panel down too far, you're not going to get these in to line up with those. So just a little FYI information here for you. Now I want to bring you guys back over to another part we had talked about in the video. Remember we had spoke about Strip It Clean. They're in York, Pennsylvania. Wonderful place to take your parts to. Go see Tyler out there. Very knowledgeable on stripping. Doesn't warp the panels. We had said that we were going to take the door off of this car up to him, and we took it up there. Now let's take you over here and show it to you. I believe you all saw the door in previous videos, how nasty the undercoating was inside it. This is how I picked the door. Now, of course, you know, it was in a little worse shape than I thought when it went, but we'll take care of that. Look inside this door. They literally baked all that undercoating off of that door inside. There's no undercoating. This door was heavily undercoated. They got that all nice and cleaned up and blasted for me. Look at the shell of this. This is how this door came back to me. It's got this coating on it. They did not warp this panel one bit. Now, of course, I've got dents. I started working a couple dents out with the Stinger. It had some previous body work done to it where they drilled and popped dents, so we're going to get all that welded up. I did go ahead and already put a corner in over here, and I have this corner marked off to come out. I'll work these little dings out, and this door, I'll probably just do a light skim, hand block the door, put it in epoxy primer, and this door would be done. But Strip It Clean, York, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, that is the place to go to strip your stuff. They didn't do this fender, but they did the other fender on the car, and they did a bunch of the pop metal parts for me. My quarter extensions they did, let me show them to you. These are pop metal. These were stripped down. They chemical stripped these. They don't blast these, but they chemical stripped all this. They did my side scoops on the car. They're gonna do all of my suspension parts. That'll be the next thing I'll take up to them. But I just want to touch base on that. You guys, strip it clean, York, Pennsylvania. See Tyler. We'll put the phone number up on the screen there so you guys can contact them. Big industrial setup. I mean, these guys can take some big stuff, and it goes into a chamber. So, and they've got probably 6 or 7 blast chambers, and they suspend it. So nobody's actually holding a sandblaster and blasting. Pretty much done by robots or whatever. They're in the old York Safe warehouse in York, Pennsylvania. So anyhow, we just want to bring you back on this car on some of the stuff where we left off. I know you guys have been sidetracked on Jimmy's car there, so I want to get back on this car. Jimmy's car is ready to go off for paint booth next week. That thing will be done, one and done, out of here, and we can really concentrate on this. And then we have another viewer's car coming in, which is the 67 Fastback. Needs a little bit of rust work. We're going to try to get him squeezed in here, but meanwhile, I want to try to get some work done on this car. I like to get this car to the point it's on the rotisserie for blasting before the next car comes. If there's anything that you guys would like to see on this car up close, let me know, but I'm going to take the camera around and we're going to show you a couple issues we found with some of the other Dynacorn parts. One issue is right here. I don't know if anybody else has experienced this or not, but this really bothers me right here. And there's nothing that I can do. Don, you can take the tape around and show the people how the stamp is. Another one of great Dynacorn's parts. You know, I don't want to keep gutting this company, but my God, man, there's like no quality control. When you go to the other side, it's a big difference. That's my difference right there. We will address that. I'll probably make a slice in there and bump that out and add a little piece of metal in there. But, you know, this is just the fit and finish stuff that you guys pay for. When you take your car to a body shop, this is why your bill is so expensive. Look at the difference in measurement. And Dynacorn, I mean, I understand that they're doing what they can do to get the parts out, but it's always one side fits perfect and the other side fits like crap. That's their trademark. I don't know, they should put that in a slogan or something. Half-assed, there we go. Let's go with that one. Like I said, I don't want to keep gutting them out about their parts, but my God, the more I just get through this car. Now, I get it that this is an old car, and Ford probably didn't have precision body lines and stuff like that, but some of this stuff could have been easily corrected, and it's not me. It's not the installer. I've got multiple laser levels and tape measures, and we measure and we measure and we measure, but I will say I did screw up on that tail light panel. I did not measure those holes. Who would have thought to measure the holes on a tail light panel? I wouldn't have thought, but I'll tell you what, now anything that I put on this car for Dynacorn, I'm gonna measure every which way that I can possibly measure. Yeah, I mean, you can see even like these lips, you can see how when they stamp these panels, look how small this lip is, and to go to that side, and it's got a wider lip. I know, and there'll be the purists out there. Why didn't you put Ford quarters on it? Well, I tell you what, if you would have sent me some Ford quarters, I would have bought Ford quarters. This was supposedly the next best thing for the aftermarket parts is the Dynacorn, but I'm honestly going to say in the last couple years, their quality has really fell off. When they first come on the market, they had wonderful parts, but as time goes on, dies wear out. It's expensive to replace the dies. I get it, but some of this stuff can easily have been corrected. We'll take care of it. I got tricks. I'll fix that. I'll slice that. I'll add a piece of metal there. I think, guys, by next week, this car will be on the rotisserie, and it will finally be getting all that nasty suspension taken out from under it. We'll get the engine bay all blasted and hopefully get some epoxy on that. So that's where we're at. We're going to weld this, strip the suspension, and I'm not going to put that roof skin on yet. I'm still going back and forth about possibly maybe even getting another roof skin. I got it much tighter. We had showed you in that video where it was off on the driver's side. I did a little manipulation, a little tweaking here and there. I got it better. I'm not happy yet, so I'm not going to weld it until I'm happy. I may just get another roof skin and see how that one is. Hell, if I have to, I may just drive up. I might even just drive to CJ's and see if they got one in stock and just take a measure, tape measure, and just measure. Maybe I got a blemished, I don't know. That's not making me happy on that one. I don't know if anybody else has ran into that same issue on that corner. When we clearly put the soft tape on it, it was 3/16 shorter on the driver's side. Like I said, we're gonna try to make it as best as we can make it. Some things that we're just gonna have to make it aesthetically pleasing to the eye. shall I say. It's just the way it is with aftermarket parts. Remember, like and subscribe and check out our merch store. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I know I haven't posted because of, Jimmy's car messed up the schedule a little bit, but we're getting out of this project. And then plus it's 100 degrees today. It's hot. My air conditioner's struggling to keep up. So we're not gonna spend a lot of time in the garage today, people. I'm gonna get the door hung back on the car too after I get that corner in there, and we're almost got a car. My 180 days out for paint, well, that was a lie. We'll get back on track. God, man, we gotta get some relief in this heat. It's terrible. You got anything you wanna add, Donovan? All good. We don't have Benny today. Benny's got the guts of a jellyfish. He's been having stomach problems, so wish him the best. He's got to rest his belly, I guess. Too much ice cream. You saw what the ice cream did to him. Turned him into a toad. Lactose intolerant toad. Yeah. Well, we'll have Benny back in the videos next week. I'm going to send you guys off on this hot-ass July 3rd day. We'll see you next week when it's in the 80s, not the hundreds. And like and subscribe, check out the merch store. Make sure you guys check out, we got tank tops, we've got coffee mugs, we've got hoodies, we've got stickers. If there's anything you guys would like to see in the merch store, send us a message. Bloated Toad. See if we can get it on the website. Bloated Toad shift knobs? That would be cool.
It's like a 3D toad.
Stay tuned. We are getting a 3D printer. We'll see what we can come up with on that one. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.